That looks like the oldest magician in the world.
It does, doesn't it? We were just looking at that still of you. You looked like...
I think that's what it was.
A sketch you did called The Oldest Magician in the World?
The Oldest Magician in the World. And you would have loved that because I had a lot of really great illusions that I did. But the gimmick of the sketch was that everything happened after the fact. I would do the trick and it wouldn't pay off. And as I walked away, then whatever the production was would go off and I never knew it.
I saw that. What was it on? The Comedy Hour or something?
No, it was a special that I did.
I remember that now.
Yeah, the oldest, it was...
Yes, he wasn't looking when the thing happened.
Yeah, he never saw any of his own tricks.
Do you think about comedy and theories of comedy and that sort of thing? Do you buy that?
I try to, but it doesn't work. I can talk about, I'd love to talk about the theory of comedy, but I could never put it into practice. I have to forget all that.
Do you rank comedians? Like, who do you think is the greatest and so on? Yeah. Do you put Keaton above Laurel, Laurel above Chaplin?
Well, I've always loved Stan Laurel the best, and not simply because he was the greatest. There was a great sweetness about him that I loved, that no one else seemed to have. To me, Laurel and Hardy together was the world's greatest love story. They just, the way they depended on each other and those two, it's hard to say. They obviously, they fought like children, but they loved each other, obviously, a great deal. And the one picture when they had been separated by the war, I don't know whether you remember that or not.
Yes, it opens with Stan turning, he's in a trench and he's doing sentry duty.
That's right. And he ends up in an old soldier's home, sitting in a wheelchair.
That's right. What is it?
And he's sitting on his leg, so it looks like he's lost his leg. And Ollie comes up and they embrace. And the only thing that Stan says is, "Do you remember how dumb I used to be? Well, I'm better now."
And he has his leg bent under him, and Hardy carries him everywhere, and he lets him carry him.
And Stan never says anything.
Who do you think, did you meet Hardy ever?
Never, no. He had passed away before I ever got to California.
Yeah. I've never met anyone who knew Hardy. Not that people didn't, but I mean, I've only met people who knew Laurel, and I would love to know what he was like off camera. They say he had very courtly manners and so on.
Yes.
Very gentlemanly. He was a Southern gentleman from Georgia, I believe.
Yes, he was. That Georgia accent came out once in a while. You heard it.
Yes. It's that, I don't know what they call it in phonetics, but it's the ER sound in servant. Or bourbon. I'm not your servant. I can't quite do it. It's not Brooklyn. It's not soyvent, but it's
almost soyvent.
Soyvent. Yeah, you get it in Mississippi, Georgia, around in there.
That's right.
Yeah. As much as I loved Stan Laurel, both on the screen and I loved meeting him, he was such a nice man, that Hardy gets underestimated at times, and he was, to me, a faultless screen comedian, Hardy. He was just that great grace and never makes a move that's too broad for the camera.
He was the one that invented the take-ems, the look into camera, which was, you know, and they also were the ones who invented the off-stage joke, or off-camera joke.
Like what?
Stan would walk by Ollie with, say, a load of something, headed for the stairs. You never saw him fall down the stairs. It would just stay on Ollie, you know, going, No one had ever done that in cinema before.
It's amazing that someone had to invent it, isn't it? And he did.
Yeah. I guess Stan was the creative one of the two. Ollie was a golfer.
Yeah, he told me that he used to save, when he was directing Hardy, that he would save the burns, the angry look into the camera, till the end of the day, because Hardy was waiting to get out on the golf course, and he was furious at having to wait, so that there was some true anger.
There was really, that's
Do we have time for that thing we were going to show? Let's just roll right into this. This may come as a surprise to Dick. I don't think he knows we have this with us.
No. Is it a Laurel Hardy thing?
No, well, it's something like, it's not.
All right, Stanley, sit down. There's no chair there. What were you sitting on? Your hand.
It's interesting that while you were... I'll go in a second. Do you mind my mentioning that while you were watching that, you were criticizing yourself? To me,
That's right.
You saw ways that it's interesting.
I was too lanky, too tall and lanky to really be Stan. And I tried putting on full pants, and I padded it up and everything. It just couldn't get the look right. That's the one that he...
Is that the one he criticized?
That's the one he criticized.
And you're still criticizing it. One of these days you'll be perfect. We'll be right back after these brief words.